What's going on, guys? This is Slav Kanak, your Kosik Kanak, making a video for you today. We're going to start off with prayers, and we're going to read the New Testament, and then we're going to enjoy the Gospel, which is John 17. And this is just to show you guys, John 17. And that's the Bible. Diversity. Diversity. Okay. So, after saying all these things, Jesus looked up to heaven and said, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son so he can give glory back to you. For you have given him authority over everyone. He gives eternal life to each one you have given him. And this is the way to have eternal life, to know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, the one you sent to earth. I brought glory to you here on earth by completing the work you gave me to do. Now, Father, bring me into the glory we shared before the world began. I have revealed you to the ones you gave me from this world. They were always yours, you gave them to me, and they have kept your word. Now they know that everything I have is a gift from you, for I have passed on to them the message you gave me. They accepted it and know that I came from you, and they believe you sent me. My prayer is not for the world, but for those you have given me. Because they belong to you, all who are mine belong to you, and you have given them to me, so they bring me glory. Now I am departing from the world, they are staying in this world, but I am coming to you. Holy Father, you have given me your name. Now protect them by the power of your name, so that they will be united just as we are. During my time here, I protected them by the power of the name you gave me. I guarded them so that no one was lost, except the one headed for destruction, as the scriptures foretold. Now I am coming to you. I told them many things while I was with them in this world, so they would be filled with my joy. I have given them your word, and the world hates them because they do not belong to the world, just as I do not belong to the world. I am not asking you to take them out of the world, but to keep them safe from the evil one. They do not belong to this world any more than I do. Make them holy by your truth. Teach them your word, which is truth. Just as you sent me into the world, I am sending them into the world, and I give myself as a holy sacrifice for them so they can be made holy by your truth. I am praying not only for those disciples, but also for all who will ever believe in me through their message. I pray that they will all be one, just as you and I are one, as you are in me, Father, and I am in you, and may they be in us, so that the world will believe you sent me. I have given them the glory you gave me, so they may be one as we are one. I am in them, and you are in me. May they experience such perfect unity that the world will come know that you sent me and that you love me as much as you love me. Father, I want these whom you have given me to be with me where I am. Then they can see all the glory you gave me because you loved me even before the world began. O righteous Father, the world doesn't know, but I do. And these disciples know you sent me. I have revealed you to them, and I will continue to do so. Then your love for me will be in them, and I will be in them. That's John 17. So it's always good to start off in prayers because I like to count in Hebrew. So basically counting in Hebrew is like, well, Jesus of Nazareth spoke in Hebrew, Amharic, and I believe, if I'm correct, Greek. And these are holy languages as they were spoken by the Messiah. And with that, we should fear of the Lord our God is the first step to wisdom, so we'll continue praying. Olodumare, again, another book. And we're going to read my favorite prayers, which is this prayer here, the second marked page. Ogun, greatest one of this earth, father of iron, with your power you do what you wish, and finally today that we are here, we say on behalf of everyone in this world, that we ask that food always be available, and that Olodumare give you strength, on behalf of everything that he has made, that there be good, and never evil, and no evil. Father Ogun, accompany me. Let's read it again. Ogun, greatest one of these earth, father of iron, with your power you do what you wish. And finally today that we are here, we say on behalf of everyone in this world, that we ask that food always be available, and that Olodumare give you strength on behalf of everything that he has made, that there be good and no evil. Father Ogun, accompany me. Olodumare. Oh, there's another prayer I like to do as well. Right here. Yamaya, sainted black woman, I call you passionately with 7 stripes on your face. May your spirit see me, queen, if there is any illness. I greet my mother, Mayela, mistress of all the sea, mother of these children. The fishes are your property. You have your throne far away in the bottom of the sea, and there you have your riches for obedient children. Thank you, my mother. We have a book here we have to save for later. And then I have a new book to introduce to you. The Books of Enoch by Joseph B. Lumpkin. And before we continue that, we'll give it a kiss just in case, because this is a spiritual channel. So just like, you know, believe in God however you want to believe, and whatever is best for you and most comfortable for you. Remember that. And we're going to check our Twitch here. Turn off the volume. Check our stream right now. And here we are. We're about 7 minutes into it. Welcome to the chat room, everybody. Open. Right. Alright. So it's going good. We're just going to bring the phone to my face. Yeah, it is working. So we're just going to leave it like that. Alright. So the Books of Enoch. The Angels, the Watchers, and the Nephilim. With extensive commentary on the 3 books of Enoch, the Fallen Angels, the Calendar of Enoch, and Daniel's Prophecy. A volume containing the first book of Enoch, the Ethiopic book of Enoch, the second book of Enoch, the Slavonic secrets of Enoch, the third book of Enoch, the Hebrew book of Enoch, the Book of Fallen Angels, the Watchers, and the Origins of Evil, with expanded commentary on Enoch, angels, prophecies, and calendars, and the sacred texts. Joseph B. Lumpkin. And there's a picture of a depiction of Enoch, which is actually fucking gorgeous. Very pretty. So we're gonna skip the introduction. We don't have time for that. How long is the introduction? Page 25 it starts. And they have many scripture quotes in here, which is great. We'll read some. For Jesus, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Matthew 5:5. The Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son. John 5:2. Enoch, and all the elect shall rejoice, and there shall be forgiveness of sins, and mercy, and peace, and forbearance, and joy. There shall be salvation for them, like and a good light. Enoch 5:7. And he sat on the throne of his glory, and the sum of judgment was given to the Son of Man. Enoch 69:27. Enoch 40:90. Who is set over the repentance and those who hope to inherit eternal life. Enoch 4:94-8. Woe to you, you rich, for you have trusted in your riches, and from your riches shall you depart, because you have not remembered the Most High in the days of your riches. Enoch 108:12. And I will bring out in shining light those who have loved mine holy name, and I will seat each on the throne of his honor, glory. And here Luke 6:24. Woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Matthew 19:16. Now a man came up to Jesus and asked, Teacher, what good thing must I do to get eternal life? Jesus said, And everyone who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or children or fields for my sake will receive 100 times as much and will inherit eternal life. Matthew 19:28. Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the quotes go on. So we definitely have to mark this page. And we usually do that by folding the ear of the page, as I like to call it. You just fold the ear. And it's totally worth it because although the page is now a little bit, bent, you will always remember that page, which is one of the most important pages, is quotes of the Bible. Luke, between us and you there is a great gulf fixed. Luke 16:26. Enoch 45:3. On that day my elect shall sit on the throne of glory and shall try the works of the righteous, and their places of rest shall be. Enoch 108:11. And now I will summon the spirits of the good who belong to the generation of light. John 12:36. That ye may be called the children of light. John 4:14. The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of waters springing up into everlasting life. Further evidence of Enoch's popularity. Well, we don't need to read that. We just know that it is a spiritual book, and that's all we need to know. The books of Enoch, the angels, the watchers, and the Nephilim. And we know it starts on page 25. The first book, Enoch, 1 Enoch. All right. So the book of Watchers, chapters 1 to 36, chapter 1, the first book of Enoch. The words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless people are to be removed from the earth. And he began his story saying, I am Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, and who saw the vision of the Holy One in heaven, which the angels showed me, and I heard everything from them, and I saw and understood, but it was not for this generation to know, and for a remote one which is to come. As I began my story concerning the elect, I said, the Holy Great One will come out from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread on the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear in the strength of his might from heaven. So we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to mark that page as well to where we left off. That's very powerful. We just let that rest. This is a true Bible, the books of Enoch. It's very important. And then we have another book here, Reclaiming the Oral Tradition of the African Baptist Church by David W. Sparks. And now we're trying to find quotes. We want to find the quotes, always. There are points here. The individual setting out to find the Lord is instructed to repeat the following prayers. Lord, be merciful unto me, a sinner. Save my soul from hell for Jesus' sake. Teach me how to pray. Wash me from my sin. Wash me in your blood. Purge me, O Lord. Deliver my soul. Forgive my sins. In Jesus' name I pray. So we're going to mark that page. Lord have mercy. He's guiding us well today, my brothers and sisters. And I have to be quiet because, it's like early in the morning. Check our stream manager. Doing well. We're aiming for a relatively longer stream. We'll see how we do. Black History in Canada. The kids' book of Black History in Canada. We're gonna start from where we ended off last time. It's the Exodusters. By the 1880s, the promise of a good life for former enslaved people in the United States was over. In the South, violent anti-black groups such as the Ku Klux Klan had formed, and new laws forced the segregation of black and white people. 50,000 black Americans escaped by heading west to new states such as Oklahoma. Many poor farm laborers, known as exodusters, went to take up offers of free land. Many exodusters did well in Oklahoma, creating large cattle ranches. But some farmers were hit by drought and floods, and others found out that land was becoming too expensive. They began to think about moving to Canada. Did you know the name Exodusters comes from the book of Exodus in the Bible, which tells the story of the Israelites' flight from slavery into Egypt? Exodus means the departure of a large group of people, and dusters refers to the dry soil of Oklahoma. Trouble in Oklahoma. In 1910, things were getting worse for the Exodusters in Oklahoma. The state had passed segregation laws like the ones in the southern states. More and more black families looked toward Canada as a refuge from prejudice and violence. A group of black people traveled to the Canadian prairies to investigate. One of them was Henry Sneed, a former Texan who liked what he saw. When he returned to Oklahoma, Sneed helped to organize a large group of Exodusters who had decided to immigrate to Canada. Knowing Canada's record, they were sure they would be welcomed. Protests from white Canadians. Up until 1911, under Prime Minister Sir Wilfrid Laurier, Canada had actively recruited black settlers to the prairies. Now, anti-black racism was starting to build. Newspapers ran stories about problems that sprang up when large numbers of black people moved to northern American states. But the papers didn't report on black people's success stories. When white Canadians heard rumors that a large group of Exodusters was planning to come north, many called for an end to black immigration. Canada, here we come. The Exodusters had faced discouragement before and won. Encouraged by Henry Sneed's report on Canada, a group of about 190 black people from Oklahoma and Kansas made the trek north in 1911. They filled 9 railway cars with horses and farming tools. At the Canadian border, officials tried to stop the Exodusters with health and citizenship tests, but because the group had money, property, and good health, they passed easily. They went on to establish communities from western Alberta to Thunder Bay, Ontario. Between 1909 and 1911, about 1,500 Exodusters emigrated from Oklahoma to the Canadian prairies. Stop black immigration. Still worried by Western protests, Laurier's government tried to pass regulation to stop black immigration for 1 year. From 1911 to 1912, it stated that black people were unsuitable to the climate and requirements of Canada. Although the regulation never became law, black people got the message that they were no longer welcome in Canada. In fact, black immigration to Canada sharply declined from 1912 until the 1950s. Profile: Mattia Mays. Mattie Mays was a successful Oklahoma immigrant. In 1910, when she was 60 years old, she and her husband Joe traveled by train to Canada with 13 children and grandchildren and 10 other families. The group chose to homestead in Eldon, not far from North Battleford, Saskatchewan. After 10 years of their hard work, Mattie's farm was doing well. The community built a Baptist church, and Joe became the first preacher. A few years later, they built a school. Mattie was a warm and caring leader in the community until she died in 1953 at age 103. Her descendants include Reuben Mays, the great NFL football player, and Lisa Stringer, who has been a member of Canada's national women's bobsleigh team. Discouragement from Canada. Faced with protests from white Canadians, Prime Minister Laurier came up with new ideas to discourage Exodusters from coming to Canada. One government scheme sent Dr. G.W. Miller, a black doctor from Chicago, to hold meetings in Oklahoma, Kansas, and other western states. In his speeches, Dr. Miller tried to convince hopeful farmers that they would perish in Canada's waist-high snows. The ground was frozen year-round. He said they wouldn't be able to farm it. The government also instructed officials at the border to make black Americans answer tough questions about their health and character. The idea was that they would fail the test and be sent back home. Canada will bar the out. Official notice given by Dominion to United States Council, unfitted for healthy climate. The action of Dominion leading to conference in Washington, D.C., April 26th. The plans of the Dominion of Canada to adopt restrictions against the entering of their country by American was the subject of a conference today between Assistant Secretary of State Wilson and John K. Jones, Consul General of the United States at Winnipeg. Mr. Jones presented a recommendation from the Canadian immigration authorities indicating that the American may be barred on the ground that he could not become adapted to the righteous northern climate and consequently might become a public charge. Such action is authorized by the Immigration Act of Canada. The Exodusters. Working for respect. And we're going to mark that page there, and we're on page 40 now. And I'm sure we'll continue reading furthermore. And now we're going to build some Pokemon. Should be an easy build. And then here are the instructions. So 2 white pieces and 2 yellow. Then I want to put them on the sticks. And then we're going to put them on the 3 square. And usually you hear a snap. Weird. I feel like I'm missing pieces already. There's that. There's that. There's that. 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 So it has to be these pieces. And how's that work? Okay. Alright. And then we put the middle piece here. Okay. Okay. And on the back side. There we go. This is how much is done so far. Should be done now. Yeah. And there's the Pokemon. Pretty cute. So I'll leave that Pokemon there. Don't need the instructions anymore. We can throw that out. Alright. Now, I guess it's time to play some we'll do Duolingo. I already have an account. I'll have to do that later. But what we were playing... Yeah, we'll play some Minecraft. Well, how far are we in the stream? We're just 25 minutes, so we got to at least it's Monday, February 16th. We've got to at least play some Minecraft, and we're going to play some Minecraft. But before we do that, we are going to read 2 more pages of the Black History book. Working for respect. Until World War II, Black Canadian men and women were kept out of many jobs and professions. They couldn't attend nursing schools or teachers' colleges, join hockey leagues, or belong to trade unions. Only the lowest paying jobs were open to them. In cities such as Halifax and Toronto, 80% of Black women worked as domestic servants in white Canadian homes. Many men worked for the railway as porters, but these jobs often didn't allow for promotion to better positions. A sense of community. Traveling from coast to coast, porters kept in touch with Black people across the country. In Winnipeg, the men got together at Haney's Chicken Shack. This famous restaurant was owned by Piercy Haney's, a railway worker, boxer, and jazz pianist. While their husbands were away working on the railway, some Black women in Toronto formed the Eureka Friendly Club. They met every Thursday afternoon to share a meal and listen to music. A favorite song was Some of These Days, written by the African-Canadian Shelton Brooks. Did you know Ray Lewis of Hamilton, Ontario was a porter who was also a world-class athlete? Lewis not only trained hard, but he had to overcome racial insults while working on the railway. In 1932, Lewis brought home a bronze medal as part of the 4x400 relay team at the Los Angeles Olympics. In 2001, Lewis received the Order of Canada, the highest honor awarded to a person by the Government of Canada. Work as a domestic servant. Domestic servants spent the day cleaning their employer's house, caring for their children, and sometimes cooking meals. These Black women were lucky if their employer was kind. Then in the evening, the women had to go home and do the same work for their own families. The pay was poor, and because they worked alone, it was hard for the women to band together and demand better conditions. Most women were paid less than men, even for the same work. Work as a railway porter. Starting in the early 1900s, large numbers of Black men were hired as railway porters. Porters carried suitcases for passengers, shined shoes, and made up beds in the overnight sleeping cars. Being a porter was one of the few steady jobs Black men could get at that time. So they came to Montreal, where the hiring was done from across Canada, the United States, and the Caribbean islands. Wanting to work for Canadian Pacific Railway and Canadian National Railways, porters' wages were low, but the men could earn good tips. Still, they had to endure racist remarks from some white passengers, and they were separated from their families for days and weeks at a time. The Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. In 1917, Black porters formed a union, an organization to help them fight for better jobs. This union, the Order of Sleeping Car Porters, was the first in Canada to allow Black members. But the union only managed to make a few improvements to working conditions. After World War II, the president of the American Union, the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, helped the porters set up branches of the BSCP in Canada. By 1955, thanks to the support of this new union, the Canadian porters had won their struggle from then on. A Black porter could be promoted to dining car waiter or conductor. Hard-won respect. In 1944, Ontario became the first province to pass an act to prevent discrimination against any person because of race or religion. Other provinces soon followed. 1944. When Black Canadian men were fighting in World War II, women took over their jobs in factories and other workplaces. Many Black women liked these jobs better than domestic service, but when the men came home to Canada, they wanted their jobs back. Some Black women returned to domestic service, but many upgraded their education, found new job opportunities, and fought for racial equality and women's rights. Railway porters continued to improve their working conditions through their efforts. The porters created new and better opportunities for Black people in Canada. Profile: Stanley G. Grizzle. Born in Toronto in 1918, Stanley G. Grizzle was a railway porter who became president of the Toronto branch of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. He spent the 1950s campaigning for equal rights for Black people. Grizzle was the first Black judge in Ontario Citizenship Court and the first Black Canadian to run for election to the Ontario legislature. In recognition of his distinguished service, he received the Order of Canada in 1995. Fighting in 2 world wars will be the next page we read. Let me mark that. We always give a leaf mark, because it is what it is. All right. Let's play some Minecraft. I'm gonna play My World for a bit. Bless me. Alright, well, this home needs to be improved. I don't need to. Oh, what's in here? Oh, we don't have a lot of coal. Alright, let's see here. Oh, we do have charcoal. We have a lot of coal. I'm gonna put that in there. Stake, stone pickaxe, hoe, fishing rod. What else do we have? We have axe, white wool, we'll put away, and dirt. We don't need dirt. We have a lot of dirt. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of some dirt. And yeah, we're gonna get rid of some more dirt. It's nighttime, we're gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna toss the dirt here. We don't have to use the hoe. We have enough food. We need to start mining. This is our mine. We need torches, which we do have. There's copper there. Do we have another axe? Yeah, we do. I don't know what that even said. There's coal there. That was a lot of monsters. 3. There's coal right there. Need some dirt. Bats. And mining is a huge part of this game. That's a lot of coal. fix it. We need a map. That's what we need. Oh, I'm lost. Should be able to find it eventually. Oh no. No way. Let's go back. That's why you need a map. What's this? Oh, this is the portal. We got lava. Well, there I am. I need a map, man. How do you get a map? You first need paper, I know that. So they don't tell you all the recipes when you play Minecraft. You kind of have to like know them kind of offhand. Paper, yeah. We need bamboo. What's this? Magma block. Block of raw copper. Inventory. Let's see if we can sleep. Nope. So the first thing we need to do needs to be with weird sounds. I don't know how much I have, but I have to let all of these grow. That's for sure. Chest I have. Don't have a lot in my chest, honestly. Some gunpowder, some coal. Well, that's coal charcoal, that's coal. It's different. Coal. Weird. We're gonna make another bed, that's for sure. We'll make our bed. More seeds we have to throw out. We're gonna keep that. Apple we're gonna keep. We have the wood, we have the cobblestone. We're gonna keep that wheat over there. Raw food over there again. String over here. Lead we're gonna keep. Arrow we're gonna put over there. to grow. Because of that, we're just gonna fuck around until we can make paper. Alright. I don't know what we can use the lava for. We need 2 lavas. Oh, I see. So we need more iron. And we need more... What else? We're gonna go fishing, guys, right? Go fishing. All these. And look for sugar canes. Maybe they're over there. Good thing we're on the coast. Building a boat will be essential. So after we fish a few, we're gonna build a boat. Yeah, I definitely need to build a boat. We need a map though, man. So we need to go mining. I think we need redstone for that. Well, that's why we're getting a boat, to get specifically that paper. That's good. Throw out the leaves. And we have more rotten flesh. So let's throw out the leaves. First let's make a boat. A birch boat, yeah. For sugar cane. torch here. Do we have a torch? No. Well, we do. We're going to leave a torch here to indicate that we've been here. Monster. Stay away from that. Sea monster. Kelp. Sea monster. Grass. Fishies. We are trying to find the paper. Underwater city. That's cool. A unique fish. Aha, paper. So we'll take one. What is that? Oh, this. Why not an axe then? Oh, it needs to be a pickaxe, huh? Oh, no. Power in the desert, this might be a good thing. And we were far. I need that. Oh, we really take this for sure. Oh, rabbits. They're hard to catch. I'll go back to the boat. It's gonna get dark soon. Alright, we're gonna head back now. Which reminds me, we should put some torches. Here. We'll leave our boat right here. All right. We're gonna plant these, and we're gonna need a bucket. So unfortunately, the lava will have to be contained somewhere. We need to remove this lava, and then we need to blockade the lava with netherrack. Not fishing anymore. I'm going to do that right around here. Some water. And we need a lot of sand. So where's our sand? There's sand. Sand. We don't have a lot of sand. We need sand and we need a shovel. Stone spear? Cool, spears are there now. I'm gonna make a stone shovel. And we're gonna get some sand now. Just keep the sand, keep the sword. I'm gonna put the copper away. And the pads away. I'm gonna put the fishing rod away as well. Very cool. Oh, we don't need that. Oh, that's good, but we do need to plant that, so yeah, we do. I see. I have to get rid of these, and I have to plant these, and I have to store these. That's coal. So that's coal. That's lots of coal. We need iron. We need iron and redstone. Put on our mask. Let's see if we can quit that. Let's go to realms. Let's go to servers. Mob maze. Enter a supersized maze filled with giant mobs, traps, and co-op puzzles. Team up together, loot, unlock powerful abilities, and fight to survive before time runs out. Can you escape the maze? Soul Steal. Discover new found lands and raid the depths of mysterious tombs, ancient prisons that hold the souls of lost civilizations. Harness the power of these spirits and forge them into mighty weapons to overcome strange and fearsome foes. Collecting health potion will restore a percentage of your health. The bigger the potion, the more health it restores. You have to climb there. Speak to the stranger. What does my character look like? Oh, I just look like Steve.
Oh!
Huzzah, another survivor. I'm working on a way out of here, but while you wait, I wonder if you'd be interested in helping me with a few odd jobs.
Oh!
Alright, cool. Let's go here. Alright, well, that was pretty fun. We'll exit that. And now we'll play, I don't know, we'll play a game of chess. Show that. All right. This guy's a good player, I assume. What's his name? Apuji. Apuch. I think that's... I'm not even going to guess. Red flag with a crescent moon. A draw? No. How was that? And, what else is there? I'll try Streets of Rage 4.
Call you a time traveler, and I'm slapping you to the middle of next week. Out of the pucker. Oh!
Alright, so what else are we gonna do here today? Alright, I think we're gonna call that a wrap, guys. We're gonna make another prayer right now. And then we're gonna continue on. We're gonna read the books of Enoch. On that page, it's saved page right there. So, and now I will summon the spirits of the good who belong to the generation of light. Enoch 108:11. And in that place I saw the spring of righteousness, which was inexhaustible, and around it were many springs of wisdom, and all the thirsty drank of them, and were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous and holy and elect. Enoch 48:11. We're going to read the first page. The words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless people are to be removed from the earth. And he began his story saying, I am Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by God, and who saw the vision of the Holy One in heaven, which the angels showed me, and I heard everything from them, and I saw and understood, but it was not for this generation to know, but for a remote one which is to come. As I began my story concerning the elect, I said, the Holy Great One will come out from his dwelling place, and the eternal God will tread on the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear in the strength of his might from heaven. And all shall be very afraid, the waters shall shake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them all the way to the ends of the earth. And the high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be laid low, and shall melt like wax in the flame. And the earth shall be completely torn apart, and all that is on the earth shall be destroyed, and there shall be a judgment on all. Revelation 21:7-8. He who overcomes will inherit all this, and I will be his God, and he will be my son. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars, their place will be in the fiery lake of burning of sulfur. This is the second death. But with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy shall be on them. And they shall all belong to God, and they shall prosper, and they shall be blessed, and the light of God shall shine on them. Revelation. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives light, and the Lamb is his lamp. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. On no day will its gates be shut, for there will be no night there. Revelation 21:23-5. And behold, he comes with 10,000 of his holy ones, saints, to execute judgment on all, and to destroy all the ungodly wicked, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So we're going to mark that page as well to where we left off. So we're probably going to make another video today about exercising and or cooking. And we'll post that later today. Alright, thanks guys for watching.